goals for Texas still out ahead of them.
This ain't the same old South Florida, my brother.
Send the border war, drive home with us.
Bill Belichick, it is his first win at the collegiate level.
And this is what makes college football so special.
Tonight belongs to Oklahoma.
It's a big win for this program.
It is a big win for that program. How about Paul Finebaum and Heather Dinich with us this morning? Heather, going to start with you here. The Sooners get the win in the only ranked matchup of the week. That's the good news. Why, though, is there still a question mark surrounding this Sooner team?
Well, because quarterback John Mateer cannot do everything for them. And that's what he did against Michigan. Look, he drew rave reviews. He's a tough quarterback. He ran well. He led the team in passing and rushing. And this is behind 4 new starters on the offensive line. But it's only going to get more difficult. ESPN's FPI gives them less than a 50% chance to beat Texas, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Alabama. So if they're going to prove our computers wrong, they've got to get some more going from the ground game beyond Mateer.
You know, I like proving computers wrong, Randy and everyone else. You know what? I happen to like what I saw from John Mateer, Heather. I know you're going with the numbers, but I know what I saw as a quarterback, and he looked as good as anybody in the country last night, and that's exactly what this program needed. Remember last year they had Jackson Arnold. They didn't have any receivers. They had a beat-up offensive line. They're still a work in progress, but this was the biggest win on the biggest game of the year for them and the biggest win because it gives them momentum. And last year they lost to Tennessee in this spot, and they could never get going, and they had a terrible season.
Paul, Florida, they fell to South Florida. What does this loss mean for head coach Billy Napier?
Everything that was going right for him is now going wrong for him. And I know that there is still a lot of football. What's that cliche? A lot of football left? Well, the problem for Billy Napier is a lot of that football is against some of the best teams in the country. And yesterday in South Florida, that was probably among the weakest schools on his schedule. The rest of his non-conference schedule, you ready for this? Miami and Florida State. We know what they've already done. The conference schedule is downright brutal with Texas and A&M and LSU and so many difficult games. Billy Napier is right back on the hot seat, and it is scorching.
Heather, Billy Napier in Florida, they were riding a 5-game win streak. Do you co-sign what Paul said there?
Absolutely. And Napier knows this. He said as much after the game. He put themselves in that position, and the conversations are real. Because as much as we speculate about other coaches being on the hot seat, Napier's buyout is about $20.4 million. The school would owe him half of that in the first month. But the magic number here for Napier is 20. He's 20-20 in his first 4 seasons. That $20 million buyout is manageable. So this is a team that is facing a ton of pressure.
Florida next, heading to 3rd-ranked LSU before traveling to 5th-ranked Miami. Paul Finebaum, Heather Dinich, thank you for the insight. Hey, we're just going to Big Sean this thing and bounce back. Because last week we took an L, right? How about Dabo and company? Actually, they struggled against Troy. They were down 16-0 at one point, but order was restored. Goose Crowder throwing out of his end zone. Talk to me, Goose. You know, the plaque for the alternates is in the women's room. That is Ricardo Jones.
Off his...
It hit the defender's back.
Right off his little toe.
He did his own
little bounce.
Right to the teammate, Ricardo Jones. And then Kate Klubnik making it pay off. That's a great ball. So what you do is you hold that ball in the belly of the running back. Bryant Wesco Jr. has a 26-yard touchdown. Wesco, how about 34 yards? This is a moon ball. That thing brought rain. What'd you say?
Like little Luke Bryan.
Little Luke Bryan.
Because you know what that brings?
I'm Luke Bryan. 196 yards, 2 touchdowns from Klubnik. Clemson win 27-16.
Will Bama bounce back, taking on Louisiana Monroe? The answer, yes. They scored on all 11 offensive drives. No Ryan Williams, though, still in concussion protocol. 3 different players, 3 different Crimson Tide threw multiple touchdown passes. Ty Simpson, your starter. A perfect 17 for 17, 226 yards, 3 touchdowns through the air, a touchdown on the ground. Alabama wins. It was close. 73-0.
Oh, okay. Gary, you wanted to weigh in on whether or not Arch Manning is a generational talent.
He is. Yes,
okay.
he is. Yes, correct.
Texas, 7th ranked for now.
But saying otherwise?
If they were to fumble or stumble against San Jose State, we got problems. They wouldn't. That's Arch Manning. To Parker Livingston. Livingston untouched. 83 yards on the 40 acres there. And then later, you had something about 40 acres. Don't we? No? All right. So we'll leave it to Morgan Wallen. That's cool. Manning to Livingstone again. And then Manning using his feet. Lead of foot. Is this Arch Manning fella? Threw for 4, ran for 1. Total yards accounted for more than 300. Texas, 38-7. They get right.
But San Jose State did cover, is all I'm saying.
That's true. Yeah.
Paul Finebaum
Great call.
demanded to be back on the program, so when he asks, we deliver, and now you reap the rewards. It's Paul in, it's Paul out. We just saw the Arch Manning highlight, so let's get right to it. Arch Manning still a legit Heisman contender. Paul in or Paul out?
Okay, I'm in, and I know the critics are going to ridicule me, but I don't care anymore, guys. I am staying with Arch Manning. He has not been perfect, but the Heisman doesn't get voted on until December, so let's quit all this. He's out of the Heisman race after a bad loss. He can come back. I think yesterday was exactly what he needed, and keep your eye on him. Remember that name, Arch Manning.
Remember the name. Yeah, we got it. Thank you, Paul. What about LSU? Paul in or Paul out? LSU is the best team in the conference, Paul.
As I was saying, I'm all in on Texas. Oh, LSU. I'm in on LSU right now, guys. They are the best team in the country because they have the most significant win. There's been some good wins in the SEC, like Mississippi State last night, but I'm not ready to move them up. But I am ready to put LSU for now. But look out for Georgia. They play Tennessee this weekend. Florida, I think we could move to the back of the line. Oklahoma's moving up. Alabama's not going anywhere, so count me in.
All right, not featured on that graphic, Florida State. They win again, 77-3 against East Texas A&M. That being said, though, Paul, Florida State back? Paul in or Paul out?
I'm in. I'm a little bit disappointed they gave up that field goal. I thought it was going to be perfect, but Florida State is back. Mark it down right here. Sell all your stock and everything else. Listen, they have a long way to go, but I think Mike Norvell restocked his roster.